Old Hollywood bodyguards were the worst employees in human history, and honestly, that is not even an exaggeration. Because these overpaid babysitters spent their entire careers sabotaging prize-winning horses with too many apples, measuring sleeping faces with cold dental plaster for creepy wax museums, swapping Oscar nameplates backstage on live national television, and freezing swimming pools during winter press events. And by number 50, you will be questioning how any of these clowns kept their jobs longer than a single afternoon. Smash that subscribe button before these bodyguards somehow betray you too. And stick around, because the next 81 stories get hilariously, ridiculously, painfully stupider. 1. Old Hollywood mansions were supposedly guarded by loyal security chiefs sworn to protect every marble tile inside. That whole image turned out to be a complete fairy tale fantasy. One famous security chief hired to watch a sparkling private estate ran a secret Airbnb operation decades before the internet existed. While the star sweated through a long desert shoot, this genius rented out the celebrity master bedroom to weekend tourists. Strangers slept in silk sheets and snapped souvenir photos inside the closet. The star returned home to lipstick stains and absolutely zero honest explanation waiting. 2. People love believing studio contract negotiations happened behind soundproof doors with completely airtight industry secrecy. That polished idea was honestly nothing more than glamorous Hollywood nonsense. An action icon hired a lead watchman who pocketed a heavy bribe from a sneaky rival production. He carefully greased the dressing room door hinges so studio spies could swing it open without making noise. Producers whispered numbers while agents argued percentages, and the rival studio learned every figure instantly. The action star wondered why competitors kept lowballing his offers so perfectly every single negotiation week. 3. Hollywood directors were thought to keep their unreleased scripts locked away tighter than government nuclear secrets. That whole protective image was honestly just polished studio marketing fluff. A famous director hired a personal protection officer who got caught stealing confidential scripts straight from the home office desk. He carried juicy plot twists directly to tabloid newspapers and collected fat envelopes of dirty cash. Readers learned major endings before audiences even saw the opening credits roll. The director kept rewriting twists nightly, wondering how reporters always knew everything. Meanwhile, his trusted guard was basically running a one-man spoiler delivery service. 4. Studio heartthrobs supposedly had chauffeurs who knew every Hollywood backroad like seasoned local taxi veterans. That comforting idea turned out to be a complete, career-killing illusion. A heartthrob's loyal gatekeeper deliberately fed wrong directions to the chauffeur during a critical career audition drive. The car wandered helplessly through dusty desert roads, while precious audition minutes slipped away forever. A rival actor calmly arrived first and walked straight into the career-making movie role instead. The heartthrob showed up sunburned and confused, missing his shot at immortality. His gatekeeper happily counted bribe money inside a nearby roadside diner booth. 5. Screen queens were imagined as untouchable goddesses protected by vigilant nighttime guards patrolling their gated mansions. That fantasy honestly crumbled faster than cheap studio cardboard scenery. A legendary Screen Queen's night guard pocketed paparazzi cash and looked the opposite direction during private hours. Aggressive photographers crept onto the property and hilariously hid inside her completely empty swimming pool basin. They snapped invasive candid photos while crouching behind tiled walls like amateur spy cartoon characters. The queen woke up to magazine covers showing her morning robe and messy bedhead. Her trusted guard simply shrugged and blamed mysterious neighborhood raccoons for everything. 6. Hollywood elopements were supposedly the best-kept secrets in entire celebrity romance history. That idealistic notion really was just expensive studio public relations theater nonsense. A leading man's trusted escort accepted a reporter's bribe and leaked the exact secret restaurant location instantly. Paparazzi swarmed the venue before the couple even finished ordering champagne and appetizers together. The bride's veil ended up tangled around a flashbulb during the dramatic, chaotic escape outside. The leading man begged for privacy while photographers shouted intrusive questions across busy parking lots. His escort enjoyed the payout while pretending shocked innocence at the unfortunate timing. 7. Musical film stars supposedly kept their iconic costumes guarded inside fortress-grade wardrobe closets at all times. That sparkly assumption was honestly nothing more than convenient backstage Hollywood mythology. A musical star's personal handler quietly made a duplicate key to her legendary wardrobe room. A high-end vintage thief casually strolled inside and stole an iconic diamond-encrusted performance dress immediately. The gown later surfaced at a shady underground auction wrapped inside an ordinary brown grocery bag. The star wept while rehearsing her next number in a hastily borrowed backup costume. Her handler insisted moths must have somehow carried the heavy beaded gown away mysteriously. 8. Classic comedians supposedly relied on perfectly tailored stage shoes for their famously precise physical comedy timing. That detail honestly seems harmless until sabotage enters the elegant studio dressing room. A famous comedian's bodyguard took rival studio money and swapped his custom shoes with tiny look-alike boots. The comedian hobbled on stage looking like a confused penguin, attempting awkward ice skating maneuvers nightly. Audiences laughed for the wrong reasons while critics savagely questioned his rapidly declining performance abilities. His timing collapsed, and pratfalls became genuinely painful real-life injuries instead of clever bits. The bodyguard pretended the cobbler must have mixed up the delivery order entirely. 9. Red carpet premieres were supposedly sacred Hollywood events where stars arrived flawlessly polished and perfectly punctual. That glamorous belief honestly crumbled inside one extremely embarrassing fuel-related sabotage incident. An actress's trusted driver deliberately ran out of gasoline halfway toward her massive Hollywood premiere event. A rival studio executive paid him handsomely to ensure she missed every crucial press interview window. She arrived sweaty, late, and walking in heels while photographers had already packed their bulky equipment. Reporters wrote brutal headlines about her unprofessional attitude across every entertainment magazine the following morning. Her driver claimed the fuel gauge had been mysteriously broken since yesterday afternoon. 10. Paranoid studio moguls supposedly built fortress mansions specifically to keep private business conversations completely confidential forever. That secure fantasy honestly never survived contact with one greedy library-loving security guard. A mogul's guard secretly wiretapped the mansion's elegant private library phone lines without anyone noticing anything. He sold recorded conversations containing insider stock tips directly to hungry Wall Street trading professionals nearby. Traders made fortunes while the mogul wondered why markets always moved against his planned investments. His financial advisor blamed bad luck and unpredictable national economic conditions instead of betrayal. Meanwhile, the guard quietly retired early and bought a beachfront mansion in Florida. 11. Silent film stars supposedly hosted lavish industry galas where exotic catering arrived chilled, fresh, and dazzlingly perfect. That elegant image honestly collapsed during one heatwave thanks to a deeply bribed bodyguard. A silent star's trusted muscle took rival cash and unplugged every single icebox inside the mansion overnight. Thousands of dollars worth of caviar, oysters, and imported delicacies slowly spoiled into pungent, smelly puddles. Industry executives arrived, expecting glamour, and instead gagged through clouds of warm, rotten seafood aroma. The star apologized desperately while guests fled toward their waiting limousines holding handkerchiefs over noses. His bodyguard blamed faulty electrical wiring and offered absolutely zero useful explanations afterward. 12. Prominent producers supposedly hid their most intimate love letters inside fortified wall safes nobody could ever access. That romantic protection plan honestly turned out to be embarrassingly worthless under one bribe attempt. A producer's personal guard cracked the hidden safe and grabbed every handwritten passionate letter inside immediately. He threatened to publish them across every evening newspaper unless the producer paid serious hush money. The filmmaker negotiated frantically while sweating through expensive Italian tailored business suits during long phone calls. Headlines nearly destroyed his marriage before his lawyers managed to bury the entire scandalous situation. His guard quietly disappeared toward Mexico with suitcases stuffed full of crisp dollar bills. 13. Western movie stars supposedly handled prop revolvers with cowboy confidence and complete fearless professional swagger always. That tough guy reputation honestly collapsed thanks to one bodyguard who absolutely loved practical jokes. He secretly swapped the star's blanks with ultra-loud theatrical firecrackers right before a major publicity stunt. The actor pulled the trigger, and the deafening blast sent him jumping backward like a startled cat. His prop revolver flew dramatically into the dirt, while photographers captured every embarrassing, humiliating reaction angle. Newspapers nicknamed him the Jumpy Cowboy for several painfully long months afterward across Hollywood. His bodyguard collected bribe money and pretended innocent shock at the manufacturer's terrible mistake. 14. Glamorous starlets supposedly kept their private vanity drawers locked away from prying tabloid columnist eyes forever. That intimate boundary honestly meant nothing once a security guard accepted gossip-fueled bribe money. A starlet's watchman quietly left the back door, unbolted for a notorious columnist one quiet evening. The writer slipped inside the mansion and rifled through vanity drawers searching for embarrassing medical records. She found pill bottles, doctor notes, and beauty secrets nobody outside the inner circle knew. Brutal columns ruined the starlet's wholesome image across every entertainment publication the following weekend morning. Her guard innocently claimed the backdoor lock had been broken for several weeks already. 15. Elite studio fixers supposedly safeguarded Oscar envelopes with military-grade security and unwavering ceremonial professional integrity always. That ceremonial promise honestly meant nothing thanks to one extremely greedy bribed hired hand. A fixer's assistant accepted serious money and secretly swapped the names inside the Best Actress envelope. The presenter opened it on stage and confidently announced the wrong woman during the live national broadcast. Chaos erupted as the real winner stormed backstage demanding immediate corrections from extremely confused, panicked organizers. Reporters wrote about the legendary envelope mix-up for decades inside countless Hollywood retrospective documentaries afterward. The hired hand happily retired and bought a sprawling ranch deep inside rural Montana. 16. Drama actors supposedly arrived at major screen tests, warmed up, focused, and emotionally prepared for everything. That preparation routine honestly collapsed when a bribed security chief decided sabotage seemed more profitable. He locked the drama actor inside a freezing studio meat locker for 2 solid, uncomfortable hours. The actor emerged shivering, blue-lipped, and barely able to remember his carefully memorized dramatic monologue lines. Directors watched him stammer through the screen test while assuming nerves had completely destroyed his talent. His career stalled badly for several years following that disastrously frozen audition performance afternoon. His chief blamed an unexpected security system malfunction and quietly pocketed his generous bribe payment. 17. Celebrity couples supposedly enjoyed private dinners where domestic arguments stayed safely behind thick mansion dining room walls. That comforting privacy honestly disappeared once a divorcing spouse offered cash to one greedy bodyguard. The primary bodyguard installed tiny hidden microphones underneath the elegant dining table without anyone ever noticing. Every shouting match, accusation, and tearful breakdown was recorded and handed straight to ruthless divorce attorneys. Courtroom hearings featured audio clips so embarrassing that both spouses begged the judge to seal everything. Their reputations collapsed faster than cheap studio backdrop scenery during a strong, windy California afternoon. The bodyguard testified loudly and walked away with both bribe money and witness immunity. 18. Leading ladies supposedly kept their personal diaries hidden beside locked bedside tables nobody else could ever reach. That cozy assumption honestly evaporated thanks to one wildly disloyal watchman with magazine industry connections. He stole the leading lady's handwritten diary and sold individual pages to a hungry international publication. Readers devoured her secret romances, beauty insecurities, and brutally honest opinions about fellow Hollywood industry colleagues. Several friendships exploded as she frantically tried explaining quotes printed beneath shocking, sensationalized magazine cover headlines. Her dinner party invitations dried up faster than studio writers facing canceled scripts. Her watchman quietly retired and bought a charming little vineyard nestled inside Northern California. 19. Major film producers supposedly screened polished preview reels to important executives inside soundproof private studio theaters. That professional moment honestly turned into one disastrous swap thanks to one bribed personal guard. He replaced the official preview reel with a low-budget independent movie nobody had actually requested watching. Executives sat through 40 embarrassing minutes of grainy footage featuring puppets arguing inside a small kitchen. The producer panicked, sweating heavily while interns desperately searched every shelf for the missing correct reel. His reputation suffered for months while rival studios laughed inside crowded glamorous industry lunch meetings. His guard pretended honest confusion and blamed the projectionist for the mysterious bizarre mix-up. 20. Box office draws supposedly slept peacefully, knowing their bodyguards protected every inch of their private personal space. That trusting bedtime fantasy honestly collapsed once one fan club president offered cash for souvenirs. The bodyguard quietly snuck inside the sleeping star's bedroom and snipped multiple locks of glossy hair. He sold those clippings online to obsessed fans, collecting weird historical memorabilia for premium, ridiculous prices. The star woke up with uneven patches and blamed her hairdresser during several extremely uncomfortable salon visits. Tabloids speculated about mysterious illnesses while she sobbed inside expensive emergency wig-fitting appointments. Her bodyguard counted hair money quietly while pretending complete innocence about everything happening. 21. Stunt performers supposedly trusted their safety harness systems with absolute confidence during every dangerous high-flying movie sequence. That trusting professional faith honestly meant nothing once a bribed security assistant decided sabotage seemed entertaining. He altered the weight calibration settings on the harness, so the actor swung around like a confused puppet. Directors watched him flop sideways, spin backwards, and crash awkwardly against padded studio walls repeatedly. Crew members whispered that the famous stunt performer had clearly lost his legendary acrobatic professional touch. His career stalled while younger replacements eagerly grabbed every major dangerous action sequence available. His assistant happily collected bribe money and pretended the equipment had simply aged poorly. 22. Romantic leads supposedly enjoyed peaceful vacations far away from screaming fans, paparazzi, and exhausting tabloid attention. That escape fantasy honestly disappeared once a jealous rival paid serious cash for one critical itinerary. The bodyguard leaked every flight number, hotel address, and dinner reservation directly to obsessive fan club organizers. Crowds swarmed the airport screaming his name while terrified flight attendants barricaded the boarding gate completely. The romantic lead arrived shirtless after fans tore his linen vacation outfit during the chaotic terminal stampede. His girlfriend ended the relationship somewhere between baggage claim and the rental car parking garage exit. His bodyguard quietly enjoyed margaritas inside a beachfront resort hundreds of miles southward. 23. Famous child stars supposedly attended backyard press conferences featuring carefully approved products and tightly controlled studio marketing arrangements. That polished presentation honestly collapsed once a toy manufacturer slipped one greedy handler a generous bribe envelope. He casually placed a prototype doll directly behind the child star during heavily photographed industry press moments. Photographers captured the unauthorized toy inside every published magazine spread across the entire entertainment publication market. The studio fumed while lawyers scrambled drafting urgent complaints against the sneaky, opportunistic toy manufacturer. Sales of that prototype doll exploded overnight, despite never actually launching through official retail channels. His handler retired comfortably inside a charming brand new beach house overlooking quiet Malibu shores. 24. Hollywood mansions supposedly featured hidden panic rooms designed to protect stars during dangerous emergencies and serious break-ins. That fortress fantasy honestly meant nothing once a long-term bodyguard discovered international art thieves paying generously. He stole the structural architectural blueprints showing every secret passage, ventilation shaft, and reinforced steel door. Thieves studied them carefully and emptied the panic room of expensive paintings during one quiet weekend. The star returned home Sunday evening discovering empty walls where priceless artwork once proudly hung beautifully. Insurance investigators questioned everyone while the bodyguard pretended dramatic shock at the impossible, bizarre break-in. He retired comfortably inside a renovated stone cottage tucked quietly inside rural French countryside. 25. Hollywood singers supposedly relied on custom microphones, engineered perfectly for their unique vocal range during live radio broadcasts. That technical comfort honestly disappeared once a bribed chief guard decided sabotage felt extremely profitable today. He misplaced the singer's signature microphone moments before the live radio show went officially on national air. She grabbed a scratchy, low-quality backup microphone that crackled embarrassingly during her opening musical signature number. Listeners across the country wondered why her famous golden voice suddenly sounded muffled, distant, and oddly mechanical. Music critics savagely roasted her performance inside countless morning newspaper columns the following Sunday edition. Her chief guard quietly counted bribe money inside a quiet coffee shop nearby. 26. Hollywood extras supposedly waited patiently for casting calls, hoping to catch one famous director's brief, fleeting attention. That patient strategy honestly seemed pointless until one ambitious extra paid an actor's security guard. The guard arranged a perfectly timed accidental hallway collision between the unknown extra and the famous star. Headshots scattered everywhere, apologies were exchanged, and the star politely promised a casting consideration. The extra landed a small supporting role inside that star's next major upcoming theatrical production. Industry insiders whispered jealously while wondering how such an obvious nobody managed climbing so quickly. The bodyguard pocketed bribe money and arranged identical collisions weekly, with other paying ambitious extras. 27. Legendary directors supposedly guarded their master shooting schedules tighter than presidential national security briefings inside vaults. That careful planning honestly meant nothing once a rival studio offered the bodyguard real money. He photographed every schedule page and delivered them straight into the rival production company's eager hands. They rushed a shameless copycat movie into theaters weeks before the original officially premiered nationwide. The legendary director watched his groundbreaking project become an embarrassing afterthought during opening weekend box office reports. Critics called the original derivative without ever knowing about the secret backstage betrayal scandal. His bodyguard happily retired and opened a successful, charming little bistro inside downtown Burbank. 28. Glamorous actresses supposedly borrowed dazzling jewelry pieces from luxury jewelers for important high-profile award show appearances. That elegant arrangement honestly collapsed once a night watchman accepted serious bribery money from sneaky jewelers. He disabled the security alarms, allowing them inside to repossess pieces she had legally fully rented. She woke up discovering her vanity completely empty, hours before the major prestigious award ceremony started. Stylists scrambled, finding emergency replacement pieces while her publicist cried softly inside a quiet hotel hallway. Photographers questioned her plain-looking appearance compared to her usual sparkling, glamorous red carpet jewelry presentations. Her watchman pretended sleepy confusion and blamed mysterious nighttime intruders for everything missing. 29. Classic stars supposedly owned historic mansions that retained their gorgeous market value across multiple booming decades easily. That financial certainty honestly disappeared once a bribed bodyguard accepted real estate speculator money quietly. He leaked false rumors that the actor's beloved historic mansion suffered severe, untreatable invasive termite infestation problems. Property values crashed instantly while neighbors panicked and listed their nearby homes for embarrassingly low prices. The speculator scooped everything up cheaply and resold the properties months later for absurd, massive profits. The actor watched his net worth shrink while termite inspectors confirmed his mansion was completely fine. His bodyguard quietly purchased 2 beachfront condos using fresh bribe money that following autumn. 30. Leading men supposedly kept their custom-fitted hairpieces stored safely inside locked dressing room cabinets between major film shoots. That hairy professional secret honestly turned ugly once one personal security guard discovered ransom opportunities. He stole every expensive custom hairpiece and demanded serious cash before the upcoming critical filming schedule began. The leading man panicked, sweating heavily while production deadlines crashed down across his completely bald, shining head. Wardrobe scrambled, makeup artists improvised, and the director rewrote scenes around hats, helmets, and giant cowboy bandanas. His career briefly stalled while audiences whispered curiously about his suddenly mysterious receding hairline situation. His guard collected ransom money and retired inside a quiet beachfront bungalow somewhere tropical. 31. studio executives supposedly kept controversial scripts far away from boardroom meetings filled with extremely conservative, powerful industry investors. That careful corporate filtering honestly meant nothing once a blacklisted writer paid one greedy security guard cash. He slipped the forbidden politically explosive screenplay directly inside the executive's briefcase before that morning's investor meeting. The executive opened it confidently, smiled charmingly, and pulled out pages featuring scandalous, controversial, revolutionary political messaging instead. Investors gasped, board members coughed, and several elderly shareholders fainted dramatically across the polished mahogany conference table. The executive sweated through 3 explanations while his secretary frantically grabbed water glasses for everyone. His guard happily counted bribe money inside a small downtown diner that following lunch hour. 32. Iconic stars supposedly arrived at televised charity events inside their beloved trademark luxury vehicles every single dazzling time. That recognizable arrival tradition honestly collapsed once a car dealership offered one bodyguard generous promotional cash. He secretly swapped the star's familiar luxury car with a brand new dealership promotional model that morning. The star arrived stepping out of an unfamiliar vehicle while cameras zoomed in on the dealership logos. Charity organizers panicked while viewers wondered loudly why his sponsorship apparently changed during such a sensitive event. Lawyers fought for weeks untangling unauthorized advertising claims, contractual breaches, and angry sponsor relationship complications. His bodyguard pocketed dealership cash and laughed quietly inside his quiet new suburban garage apartment. 33. Famous cowboy actors supposedly rode prize-winning movie horses across legendary chase sequences with absolute equestrian, fearless, majestic confidence. That galloping cinematic legend honestly collapsed thanks to one bribed security chief and several juicy ripe apples. He fed the prize horse a massive pile of apples right before that big planned chase scene began. The horse waddled lazily across the dusty set, looking bloated, sleepy, and completely uninterested in dramatic galloping action. Directors yelled while crew members shoved the chubby horse, trying desperately to spark genuine cinematic urgency. Editors salvaged footage by speeding everything up, making the cowboy look strangely cartoonish on screen. His chief quietly enjoyed bribe money inside a quiet roadside saloon that following weekend evening. 34. Prominent actresses supposedly relied on luxurious face creams that kept their famous porcelain complexions glowing across every demanding film shoot. That skincare ritual honestly collapsed once a rival cosmetic brand bribed her bodyguard generously one afternoon. He sneaked inside her dressing room and replaced her favorite cream with a cheap, skin-reddening alternative substitute. She applied it confidently before cameras started rolling on her important, emotional, dramatic close-up scene. Her cheeks blossomed bright tomato red while makeup artists frantically dabbed powders covering the embarrassing inflammation. Critics nicknamed her the sunburned starlet across countless gossip magazines published throughout that humiliating, embarrassing season. Her bodyguard quietly counted bribe money inside a small luxury hotel suite somewhere uptown. 35. Method actors supposedly trained relentlessly using studio equipment to prepare physically demanding roles inside private workout facilities. That disciplined preparation honestly collapsed once a bribed personal guard tampered with one automated tennis ball machine. He adjusted the timing gears so the machine blasted rapid-fire projectiles directly across the actor's surprised face. Tennis balls pelted his ribs, shins, and forehead while he stumbled backward across the polished gymnasium floor. The actor limped through filming for weeks, wearing concealer over visible purple bruises decorating his entire body. Tabloids speculated wildly about secret abusive relationships, mysterious bar fights, and possible cocaine-fueled scandalous wild rampages. His guard pretended innocence and blamed faulty machinery for the bizarre violent equipment malfunction incident. 36. Leading comedians supposedly stored their freshest unreleased jokes inside well-protected notebooks reserved for upcoming major stand-up television specials. That comedic security honestly meant nothing once a competitive joke writer offered one greedy guard sweet money. He stole the prized notebook and handed it directly into the eager hands of the hungry rival comedian. The rival performed every brilliant punchline weeks, before the original comedian's heavily anticipated special officially aired nationally. Audiences laughed politely during the original show, but recognized every single overused joke as completely stale. Critics nicknamed him the recycled comedian inside several brutal entertainment magazine reviews printed that following weekend. His guard quietly opened a charming sandwich shop using fresh bribe cash inside downtown Pasadena. 37. Starlets supposedly arrived at major Hollywood functions inside chauffeured limousines that smoothly glided across busy boulevards with elegant confidence. That polished, glamorous arrival honestly collapsed once a bribed security driver staged one ridiculous fender bender incident. He intentionally bumped a specific photographer's car, creating an instantly chaotic front-page-worthy public scene outside the venue. Cameras flashed wildly while the starlet stumbled out, apologizing dramatically across busy curbsides filled with curious onlookers. Tabloids printed humiliating photos showing her tangled hair and mascara streaming down her shocked, confused, panicked face. Her publicist quit 2 weeks later, citing extreme stress and unmanageable repeated public relations disasters. Her driver collected bribe money quietly inside a small bar tucked behind a quiet alley. 38. Dramatic actors supposedly received irreplaceable period costumes loaned generously by prestigious museums for important historical biographical motion picture productions. That cultural arrangement honestly collapsed once a bribed bodyguard deliberately left one mansion window completely wide open. Rain poured inside drenching velvet gowns, embroidered cloaks, and priceless lace pieces beyond any possible restoration attempt. Museum curators wept openly across emergency phone calls while studio lawyers prepared paperwork facing astronomical, massive lawsuits ahead. The dramatic actor faced bans from every major museum lending program across the entire country instantly. His career suffered while costume departments quietly blacklisted him from prestigious historical biographical roles permanently afterward. His bodyguard quietly enjoyed bribe money inside a small mountain cabin somewhere quiet upstate. 39. Major stars supposedly traveled inside private limousines that nobody ever entered without strict prior approval from official studio scheduling. That private mobility honestly collapsed once a bribed watchman accepted cash from one obsessive aspiring singer, Hopeful. He let her quietly climb inside the trunk, where she patiently waited for the perfect surprise moment. Halfway through the drive, the trunk popped open and she launched into an impromptu, loud, unauthorized vocal audition. The star screamed while the limousine swerved across 2 highway lanes, nearly causing several serious accidents. Police arrived, paramedics laughed, and tabloids ran the trunk singer headline across every entertainment publication available. His watchman quietly enjoyed bribe money inside a quiet karaoke bar that following entire weekend. 40. Studio moguls supposedly stored sensitive financial tax loophole documents inside heavy office safes nobody else could possibly access. That confidential financial fortress honestly collapsed once one security officer discovered a long-awaited blackmail opportunity. He stole the folder and demanded a permanent executive promotion in exchange for total, complete, silent cooperation. The mogul reluctantly agreed, handing him a corner office, fancy title, and absurdly massive annual salary package. Real executives whispered angrily about the suspicious, mysterious promotion across crowded fancy industry lunch meetings every week. Eventually, auditors uncovered everything, and the mogul barely escaped prison through expensive, aggressive courtroom legal maneuvering tactics. His officer quietly retired and bought a charming little vineyard nestled deep inside Napa Valley. 41. Horror movie stars supposedly handled terrifying scenes with steely confidence and absolutely no visible personal weaknesses leaking publicly anywhere. That fearless reputation honestly collapsed once a bribed bodyguard sold the star's deepest phobias straight to one ruthless rival studio. Interviewers ambushed him during a live televised industry segment, asking pointed questions about spiders, clowns, and tight enclosed spaces. He sweated visibly, stammered awkwardly, and ran off stage clutching his shaking hands while cameras captured every embarrassing, panicked second nationally. Audiences laughed while critics nicknamed him the Scaredy Cat Horror King across countless brutal entertainment columns published nationwide. 42. Romantic actresses supposedly received carefully screened fan gifts that publicists checked thoroughly before approving delivery toward private mansion grounds nearby. That protective screening honestly meant nothing once a bribed gatekeeper accepted obsessive suitor money one quiet Wednesday afternoon. He waved through an enormous suspicious gift box containing dozens of hidden tracking devices stuffed inside expensive imported perfume bottles. She unwrapped everything excitedly inside her bedroom, while tiny transmitters began beaming her location across multiple monitoring frequencies immediately. Police investigated for months while she relocated 3 times, changing identities, hairstyles, and entire wardrobes through endless paranoid nights. 43. Leading men supposedly prepared physically demanding superhero roles, eating strict bland chicken meals delivered fresh inside locked refrigerators across private estates. That disciplined diet honestly collapsed once a bribed security guard accepted fitness guru cash and swapped every carefully measured prepared meal. He replaced lean chicken with greasy cheeseburgers, deep-fried onion rings, and massive chocolate milkshakes hidden inside identical, neatly labeled studio containers. The leading man devoured everything enthusiastically while gaining 20 embarrassing pounds across just 3 short weeks of intense preparation training. Directors panicked, while costume designers desperately let out spandex superhero suits across multiple emergency overnight tailoring sessions backstage. 44. Famous directors supposedly trusted casting decisions based entirely upon audition tapes, carefully reviewed inside soundproof private studio screening rooms across evenings. That careful decision-making honestly collapsed once a bribed personal security officer accepted ambitious actor cash one quiet Tuesday afternoon. He swapped the official audition reel with the rival actor's polished, impressive demo tape moments before the director walked inside. The director watched, nodded approvingly, and cast the rival immediately without ever realizing somebody had manipulated the entire decision-making process. The original favorite waited patiently for callbacks that mysteriously never arrived inside his quiet, empty, echoing Hollywood apartment. 45. Studio-era icons supposedly collected rare signed historical first-edition books, filling private studies with priceless literary treasures admired carefully by visiting industry guests. That literary fortress honestly collapsed once a long-trusted bodyguard noticed an underground European collector willing to pay astronomical, untraceable cash amounts. He smuggled rare books out one by one, hidden inside lunchboxes, briefcases, and stuffed jacket pockets across many quiet months. The icon noticed shelves slowly emptying and blamed forgetful housekeepers, careless maids, and clumsy, distracted, absent-minded studio assistants for everything missing. Investigators eventually traced sales overseas, finding signed editions decorating one fancy European collector's beautiful private mansion library. 46. Beautiful starlets supposedly survived minor traffic court cases through careful legal teams ensuring every awkward incident vanished quietly before reaching newspapers. That legal protection honestly collapsed once a bribed security chief delivered deliberately false, damaging testimony during one routine, boring traffic violation courtroom hearing. He claimed she drove recklessly, ignored signals dangerously, and yelled obscene insults at terrified pedestrians waiting patiently across crowded, major busy intersections. Reporters published every shocking, embarrassing quote across countless front-page columns nationwide, while her sponsorship deals evaporated faster than morning fog. Her wholesome reputation collapsed instantly while talk show hosts mocked her supposedly bratty, rude behavior across countless brutal monologues weeknightly. 47. Classic actors supposedly enjoyed peaceful morning drives listening to relaxing radio programs across long, winding California coastal highway routes during scheduled commutes. That tranquil routine honestly collapsed once a bribed driver accepted luxury fashion brand cash and altered every preset radio station inside the vehicle. The actor turned the dial confidently, expecting smooth jazz, but received non-stop repetitive jingles for clothing brands he had publicly criticized countless times. He yelled, banged the dashboard angrily, and arrived at the studio fuming about corporate sabotage targeting his quiet, relaxing, peaceful morning private commute. Newspapers caught wind while headlines mocked his temper across countless major entertainment publications nationwide. 48. Wealthy producers supposedly protected unreleased musical soundtracks inside soundproof studios, where engineers polished every note before scheduling massive marketing rollouts. Officially, that careful preparation honestly collapsed once a bribed guard stole one master audio reel and leaked it directly toward an underground pirate radio station. Listeners across the country heard every song weeks before the film officially premiered, ruining surprise musical numbers planned carefully across expensive promotional campaigns. The producer screamed, lawyers panicked, and marketing executives watched calculated rollout strategies crash spectacularly across boardroom meetings filled with worried, angry investors gathering urgently together nationally. Album sales collapsed, while bootleg recordings flooded markets faster than lawyers could file. 49. Screen legends supposedly maintained private pool houses, reserved strictly for personal relaxation, away from prying advertisers, sneaky photographers, and intrusive, unauthorized commercial production crews. That peaceful sanctuary honestly collapsed once a bribed bodyguard accepted swimsuit company cash and left the pool house completely unlocked overnight quietly. Production crews snuck inside before dawn, shooting an entire unauthorized commercial featuring bikini models posing across his elegant, beautiful private patio furniture decorations. The legend woke up discovering camera crews, lighting rigs, and dozens of strangers eating breakfast inside his peaceful private morning retreat sanctuary. Lawyers fought for months while the commercial aired nationally, generating massive viral attention everywhere. 50. Major stars supposedly prepared emotional, dramatic scenes inside quiet, peaceful trailers where calm silence helped them mentally rehearse difficult lines across crucial production days. That peaceful preparation honestly collapsed once a bribed protection officer accepted rival studio cash and began making loud, distracting noises outside the trailer hourly. He banged trash cans, revved motorcycle engines, and blasted polka music through portable speakers across entire, long, sleepless rehearsal evenings before crucial filming days. The star arrived on set exhausted, irritable, and completely unable to deliver convincing emotional monologues during important close-up, dramatic crying scenes filmed everywhere nationally. Directors fired him, assuming his talent had faded badly forever. 51. Comedy actors supposedly trusted practical effects departments to deliver perfectly safe theatrical fake blood during important slapstick comedic on-screen accident sequences. That trusting collaboration honestly collapsed once a bribed security guard accepted rival production cash and swapped fake blood with industrial red fabric dye. The comedy actor splattered himself enthusiastically during the big scene, while crew members applauded his impressive, committed, messy physical performance. Hours later, his skin stained permanently bright crimson, refusing to wash off through soap, scrubbing, or expensive emergency dermatologist treatments. He filmed his next 3 movies looking like a sunburned tomato, while makeup artists wept openly inside crowded trailers. 52. Dramatic actresses supposedly enjoyed private trailers where costume changes happened safely away from sneaky paparazzi, intrusive cameras, and shameless gossip blog precursor operations. That intimate privacy honestly collapsed once a bribed guard accepted gossip outlet cash and installed one tiny camera hidden inside the dressing area. She changed costumes throughout filming, completely unaware that every single private moment streamed directly toward hungry magazine editors waiting eagerly nearby. Photos leaked across countless tabloids within weeks, ruining her dignified reputation among prestigious classical theater directors and serious dramatic film producers. Her career stalled while lawyers chased gossip outlets through endless, expensive courtroom battles across multiple frustrating, exhausting legal proceedings. 53. Leading men supposedly relied on watchmen who reported accurate security threats around studio gates during long, demanding production schedules across major filming days. That dependable communication honestly collapsed once a bribed watchman accepted cash and intentionally misreported a completely fake, serious, dangerous security threat. He claimed armed intruders were storming the gates, forcing producers to evacuate cast, crew, and dozens of expensive specialized technical equipment trucks. The entire production shut down for one full panicked day, costing the studio thousands in wasted salaries, rentals, and rescheduled location fees. Investigators eventually discovered the threat never existed while his cash payment quietly sat inside a hidden, suburban garage safe. 54. Famous stars supposedly kept award-winning family heirloom necklaces displayed elegantly across antique dressers inside private bedrooms protected by trusted loyal mansion security personnel. That sentimental security honestly collapsed once a bribed bodyguard noticed how easily one valuable diamond piece could vanish during a chaotic, crowded mansion party. He pocketed the necklace casually and claimed it must have slipped down the sink drain during somebody's careless, drunken bathroom moment. Plumbers searched pipes uselessly for hours, while the star sobbed quietly inside her bedroom, mourning her grandmother's irreplaceable, historic, precious family heirloom forever. Her bodyguard quietly enjoyed pawnshop money inside a tiny apartment. 55. Studio-backed heartthrobs supposedly maintained respectful collaborative reputations among independent film directors, hoping to land serious, prestigious artistic roles away from formula popcorn studio productions. That careful reputation honestly collapsed once a bribed guard leaked completely fabricated stories about diva demands across countless busy entertainment industry gossip networks. He claimed the heartthrob demanded heated towels, imported caviar, and personal massages during every single scene, break across long, demanding professional filming days. Independent directors quietly removed his name from casting shortlists while reading shocking, exaggerated entertainment headlines printed across morning newspapers nationwide everywhere instantly. His guard quietly enjoyed bribe money inside a charming downtown bistro. 56. Actresses supposedly relied on camera departments providing perfectly clean, polished lenses, delivering flawless cinematic footage across critically important major motion picture shooting schedules. That technical dependence honestly collapsed once a bribed security chief accepted rival production cash and secretly scratched every camera lens across the entire set. Crews wasted 3 full days reshooting blurry footage while cinematographers screamed at confused equipment managers, blaming everybody for mysterious, unexplainable optical equipment problems. The actress sat through endless retakes, growing increasingly frustrated while production budgets ballooned through expensive overtime fees, replacement equipment rentals, and emergency studio reschedules. Her chief quietly enjoyed bribe money inside a quiet diner. 57. Prominent filmmakers supposedly stored rare vintage fine wines inside elegant mansion cellars, reserved strictly for celebrating major industry achievements, special premieres, and impressive prestigious dinner gatherings. That refined collection honestly collapsed once a bribed bodyguard discovered how easily expensive bottles could vanish without anybody noticing for several quiet, uneventful weeks. He stole rare vintages weekly and refilled empty bottles using cheap supermarket alcohol resealed, carefully using basic kitchen tools, melted wax, and patient, careful hands. The filmmaker proudly served vintage selections during major dinner parties while guests sipped politely, wondering why famous expensive wines suddenly tasted oddly sour. His bodyguard quietly enjoyed pawn money inside a quiet wine bar. 58. Action heroes supposedly trained inside private home gyms, preparing physically demanding televised exhibition matches viewed by millions of excited fans across crowded national sports broadcasting networks. That intense preparation honestly collapsed once a bribed security detail accepted gambling ring cash and snuck inside the gym, cutting cables across every weight machine quietly. He arrived for his big match feeling confident until his first lift caused weights to crash dangerously across the polished arena floor below him. The action hero stumbled, embarrassed himself nationally, and lost the entire televised exhibition match while gamblers cashed massive winning tickets across crowded casino floors instantly. His detail quietly enjoyed gambling money inside a quiet Vegas suite. 59. Classic stars supposedly owned historic protected mansions, featuring beautiful exterior walls maintained carefully across many decades through careful preservation laws and respectful neighborhood community appreciation standards everywhere. That architectural protection honestly collapsed once a bribed night guard accepted modern art group cash and looked the opposite direction during one extremely busy overnight painting operation. Artists covered the entire mansion wall with a massive, bizarre, controversial mural featuring strange political imagery, confusing every neighbor walking past, confused that following weekend morning. Preservation societies sued furiously, while the star explained shocked confusion to angry city council members during multiple emergency public neighborhood hearings. His guard quietly enjoyed bribe money inside a quiet art gallery. 60. Major action stars supposedly relied on prop departments, providing custom-made historical replica swords carefully designed for important dramatic combat scenes across major action movie productions. That careful prop management honestly collapsed once a bribed bodyguard noticed how easily expensive replicas could vanish from carelessly secured studio warehouse storage rooms. He stole entire crates of valuable swords and sold them to underground weapons auctioneers hosting secretive private events inside hidden warehouses scattered across the city quietly. The action star showed up filming his big duel scene with empty prop racks, while directors screamed at panicked prop masters frantically searching everywhere. His bodyguard quietly enjoyed auction money inside a quiet cabin. 61. Glamorous actresses supposedly kept upcoming Oscar dress designs hidden behind ironclad confidentiality agreements signed carefully across multiple legal departments, protecting major prestigious red carpet appearances. That careful secrecy honestly collapsed once a bribed security officer accepted rival actress cash and leaked exact fabric colors plus precise design details. The rival quickly adjusted her own gown, ensuring no embarrassing matching outfits would appear together across red carpet photographs printed inside countless major entertainment publications nationally. The original actress walked confidently expecting attention, but received only confused murmurs, while photographers compared her predictable styling against the rival's brilliant, fresh, dramatic, improved design. 62. Leading comedians supposedly trusted talk show. Lighting departments providing flattering professional setups across important televised interview appearances, reaching millions of loyal, eager viewers nationally. That technical confidence honestly collapsed once a bribed guard accepted rival talk show cash and secretly adjusted lighting filters inside the studio interview room beforehand. The comedian appeared sickly, washed out, and visibly exhausted across every camera angle, while the host quietly smirked, watching his rival look embarrassingly terrible. Viewers worried loudly about his apparent declining health, while gossip magazines speculated wildly about secret illnesses, hidden addictions, and possible serious career-ending personal struggles. His guard quietly enjoyed bribe money inside a quiet downtown lounge. 63. Famous Western directors supposedly guarded secret scenic filming locations carefully across hidden mountain ranges, untouched desert valleys, and beautiful pristine landscapes far away from competitor production crews. That careful protection honestly collapsed once a bribed bodyguard discovered a competitive nature documentary crew willing to pay astronomical cash for exact geographic coordinates leading toward those scenic spots. He photographed maps, scanned location notes, and delivered everything within 48 hours, allowing the documentary crew to overrun every beautiful untouched filming spot first. The director arrived weeks later finding tire tracks, trash piles, and dozens of trampled wildflower fields, ruining his carefully planned cinematic shooting schedule. 64. Studio executives supposedly enjoyed private yacht weekends discussing confidential industry decisions far away from intrusive reporters, sneaky competitors, and dangerous leaking insider business communication risks. That offshore privacy honestly collapsed once a bribed personal guard accepted serious cash and placed a tiny hidden recording device inside the yacht's elegant private executive cabin. Every whispered acquisition, contract negotiation, and salary decision streamed straight toward eager rival studios, receiving recordings within hours of every quiet, leisurely Saturday morning conversation. The executive wondered why competitors always beat his every business move while losing millions across multiple consecutive quarterly board meetings, disappointing furious investors completely. 65. Musical stars supposedly relied on specialized throat-soothing tea blends carefully prepared by trusted personal staff before every important live singing performance scheduled across major prestigious entertainment venues nationally. That comforting ritual honestly collapsed once a bribed bodyguard accepted rival singer cash and substituted her tea with an ultra-spicy, chili-loaded blend moments before showtime. She sipped confidently, walked on stage smiling, and immediately began coughing uncontrollably while her famous golden voice cracked embarrassingly across the very first opening signature song chorus. audiences gasped, while critics savagely roasted her vocal performance inside countless, brutal morning entertainment magazine reviews printed nationwide that following entire weekend. 66. Theater legends supposedly trusted stage managers, handling custom cue cards delivered carefully across complex Broadway productions, where timing meant everything during important opening night gala performances. That careful coordination honestly collapsed once a bribed personal protection asset accepted competitive Broadway producer cash and stole every single backstage cue card hours before showtime. The stage manager panicked, actors improvised badly, and entire scenes unraveled across the chaotic, disastrous opening night, while audiences wondered loudly what catastrophic backstage problem had clearly happened tonight. Critics destroyed the show across countless brutal reviews, printed nationwide, ending the production after only 3 embarrassing, humiliating performances overall. 67. Glamorous starlets supposedly enjoyed prize-winning show dogs, trained carefully across many years inside elegant mansion grounds protected by sturdy iron gates and trusted vigilant night watchmen. That careful protection honestly collapsed once a bribed guard accepted strange anonymous cash and left the front gates wide open during one extremely windy afternoon. Her champion dogs escaped joyfully, sprinting across busy neighborhoods, chasing squirrels, rolling through muddy puddles, and terrorizing local mail carriers across multiple frantic, exhausting suburban blocks. She spent days searching while neighbors complained loudly about chaos, damaged gardens, and barking sleepless nights, ruining their quiet, peaceful neighborhood reputation entirely. 68. Leading men supposedly relied on supportive protection officers, providing encouraging conversations, boosting confidence before tackling challenging emotional scripts, demanding serious, dramatic performances across major upcoming film projects. That motivational support honestly collapsed once a bribed officer accepted competitive production company cash and began whispering negative, discouraging thoughts about the script constantly. He criticized dialogue, mocked emotional moments, and questioned every artistic choice, undermining the leading man's confidence across long, exhausting, sleepless rehearsal nights before crucial filming days. The star arrived on set doubting everything, delivering wooden, lifeless performances, while critics savagely roasted his disappointing, dramatic acting inside countless brutal entertainment magazine reviews afterward. 69. Famous producers supposedly relied on custom-designed office desk chairs, carefully engineered for severe chronic back pain, allowing comfortable long working hours across demanding industry production schedules. That ergonomic comfort honestly collapsed once a bribed bodyguard noticed how easily one expensive specialized chair could vanish from his elegant private office during long, quiet evenings. He stole the prized chair and demanded serious cash before returning the only piece of furniture, preventing the producer's chronic, crippling back pain from worsening daily. The producer paid quickly, working uncomfortably on hard wooden replacement chairs, while his back specialist scheduled emergency appointments throughout long, stressful, exhausting recovery weeks. 70. Iconic actresses supposedly maintained private family phone numbers, protected carefully behind unlisted directories, preventing aggressive telemarketers, obsessive fans, and sneaky paparazzi from harassing innocent relatives across peaceful, quiet suburban homes. That careful privacy honestly collapsed once a bribed guard accepted aggressive telemarketing firm cash and leaked every private family number directly toward hungry sales operations operating nationally. Her parents, siblings, and elderly grandparents received hundreds of junk calls hourly promoting timeshares, insurance scams, and ridiculous overseas lottery prizes across exhausting, frustrating, endless, sleepless suburban nights. Her family begged her to fix the relentless harassment, while her bodyguard quietly enjoyed bribe money. 71. Classic actors supposedly arrived at major movie premieres inside luxury cars parked carefully across designated valet zones, reserved strictly for important, glamorous Hollywood celebrity arrivals nightly. That careful parking honestly collapsed once a bribed security driver accepted anonymous cash and intentionally parked the star's luxury vehicle inside one extremely illegal red zone. Tow trucks arrived within minutes, hauling away his prized car, while photographers captured every embarrassing, humiliating moment across the busy, crowded, chaotic red carpet entrance. The actor walked inside fuming, while reporters wrote brutal headlines mocking his apparent inability to follow basic parking rules across countless morning entertainment publications nationwide. 72. Movie icons supposedly slept peacefully inside private bedrooms protected by trusted heads of security, ensuring nobody ever crossed the threshold without proper formal scheduled approval. That bedroom privacy honestly collapsed. Once a bribed security head accepted local wax museum cash and snuck inside while the star slept deeply across long, quiet, exhausting nights. He measured the star's face using cold dental plaster, while she snored peacefully, completely unaware that strangers were sculpting her exact facial features quietly. Weeks later, a creepy wax replica appeared inside the museum looking unsettlingly accurate, while she wondered loudly how artists captured her unique features so perfectly. 73. Romantic leads supposedly enjoyed beautifully illuminated estate patios, where careful security lighting protected against dangerous intruders sneaking around quiet private mansion grounds across late, vulnerable evening hours. That protective lighting honestly collapsed once a bribed watchman accepted stalker cash and intentionally misaligned every single exterior security light, creating one perfect dark blind spot. The stalker accessed the patio easily, watching the romantic lead reading peacefully through expensive sliding glass doors across many uncomfortable, unsettling consecutive evenings before police finally arrived. Investigators traced everything back toward the watchman, who quietly enjoyed bribe money inside a tiny apartment somewhere far away from California entirely. 74. Famous directors supposedly trusted official-approved storyboards, carefully reviewed across long planning meetings detailing complex action sequences requiring precise coordinated stunt teams, camera angles, and explosive pyrotechnic effects. That careful planning honestly collapsed once a bribed personal guard accepted competitive cash and secretly swapped storyboards with incredibly confusing nonsensical drawings, featuring stick figures, random arrows, and bizarre meaningless scribbles. Stunt teams arrived confused, camera operators panicked, and pyrotechnic specialists nearly blew up half the studio lot trying interpreting the ridiculous, incomprehensible drawings handed to them. The director screamed across the chaotic, disastrous set, wondering loudly who clearly destroyed his carefully planned cinematic vision. 75. Classic movie stars supposedly trusted backstage Oscar trophy storage areas, where engraved nameplates rested safely awaiting glamorous televised presentations across countless prestigious major Hollywood award ceremonies. That ceremonial trust honestly collapsed once a bribed bodyguard accepted high-stakes rival actor cash and tampered with the trophy storage swapping engraved nameplates completely. The presenter walked on stage announcing the winner confidently, while the star accepted the trophy reading her engraved name as something embarrassing like "Greatest Loser Tonight." Audiences gasped, cameras captured every humiliating moment, and the entire ceremony devolved into chaos while organizers scrambled, explaining the ridiculous, mortifying, obvious backstage sabotage scandal nationally. 76. Glamorous actresses supposedly relied on custom-blended trademark perfumes, carefully formulated by exclusive private master perfumers, protecting secret ingredients across many decades of careful, loyal professional collaboration. That fragrant secrecy honestly collapsed once a bribed security chief accepted mass-market fragrance company cash and leaked every secret ingredient plus exact sourcing details immediately. The mass-market company released a cheap knockoff perfume within months, selling identical scents inside countless drugstores, nationwide, ruining her exclusive, prestigious luxury fragrance reputation permanently. She walked through hotel lobbies, smelling strangers wearing her signature scent, while feeling absolutely furious about the obvious, shameless betrayal, targeting her entire personal brand. 77. Leading men supposedly transported executive studio investors inside luxurious air-conditioned limousines, providing comfortable journeys toward important formal dinner meetings during scorching California summer heat waves annually. That comfortable transportation honestly collapsed once a bribed driver accepted anonymous competitor cash and intentionally turned off the limousine's air conditioning system during one brutal afternoon. Investors sweated through expensive Italian suits while temperatures climbed steadily inside the trapped, sweltering vehicle stuck across busy Los Angeles traffic jams, crawling forward slowly. They arrived furious, dehydrated, and completely unwilling to sign anything, refusing every business proposal angrily, while the leading man watched millions evaporate before his eyes. 78. Prominent movie moguls supposedly protected studio vault buildings using sophisticated internal floor maps and ventilation layouts hidden carefully behind multiple secure, restricted confidential corporate security access protocols. That architectural secrecy honestly collapsed once a bribed bodyguard accepted ambitious architectural firm cash and leaked every detailed internal floor map plus ventilation layout drawing. The architectural firm copied the designs, shamelessly building identical competitive studio vault buildings across multiple major rival production companies, launching within months of receiving the stolen confidential documents. The mogul watched competitors copy his innovations exactly, wondering loudly how rivals suddenly designed identical buildings while his bodyguard quietly enjoyed bribe money happily. 79. Silent film icons supposedly maintained elegant mansion gardens, featuring custom marble statues carefully sculpted across many years, protecting their refined classical aesthetic across beautiful, peaceful private estates nationally. That elegant landscape honestly collapsed once a bribed watchman accepted eccentric local artist cash and looked the opposite direction during one extremely busy overnight statue replacement operation. Artists hauled away graceful marble pieces, replacing everything with bizarre, avant-garde metal scrap structures, featuring twisted wires, rusted gears, and confusing, chaotic geometric shapes piled randomly. The icon woke up screaming while neighbors photographed the strange new garden across countless gossip magazines published throughout that entire, embarrassing, humiliating following week. 80. Old-school movie stars supposedly maintained private medical and dietary restriction lists protected carefully behind confidential personal staff agreements, ensuring no embarrassing health details ever reached public newspapers nationally. That medical privacy honestly collapsed once a bribed night watchman accepted rival studio cash and leaked every dietary restriction directly toward fast food brands, planning mockery campaigns. Billboards appeared everywhere, featuring cartoon versions of the star eating forbidden foods, while burger chains released limited-time menu items, mocking his strict, carefully prescribed health requirements. The star sued multiple chains, while comedians roasted him across countless brutal late-night monologues, ridiculing every supposedly silly dietary preference across crowded primetime television broadcasts. 81. Box office queens supposedly hosted outdoor winter press events around heated swimming pools, providing comfortable, warm environments, allowing journalists to interview comfortably during cold, California evening photography sessions. That comfortable arrangement honestly collapsed once a bribed private security guard accepted massive rival studio cash and remotely disabled the industrial pool heating system moments before guests arrived. Reporters arrived expecting warmth, but received freezing, icy poolside conditions while their teeth chattered uncontrollably across long, shivering, uncomfortable interview attempts conducted outside completely. The Queen apologized desperately while photographers captured embarrassing pictures of frozen reporters huddled together, miserably ruining her carefully planned glamorous winter press event reputation entirely. And honestly, after surviving 81 absolutely unhinged betrayals, you officially earned a medal because old Hollywood was somehow a circus disguised as glamour, featuring ridiculous studio contracts trapping stars like prisoners, fake marriages staged for publicity headlines, toxic beauty standards forcing actresses into painful corsets and dangerous diet pills, scandalous affairs covered up by overpaid studio fixers, and chaotic mansion parties ending with stolen jewelry, missing wine bottles, and mysteriously empty bedrooms. So drop a comment telling dumb old Hollywood which betrayal made your jaw absolutely hit the floor. Smash that subscribe button because your future self deserves more glamorous chaos. Hit that like button to fuel the algorithm. And stick around because dumb old Hollywood has way more ridiculous, scandalous, unhinged celebrity disasters waiting for you next.